In the past 24 months, I've grown 67,000 followers on Instagram, and I've started posting my art back in 2015, meaning I've been posting my art on Instagram for a decade, and I didn't see any real growth until 2024. So what's that all about? Well, I found out a bunch of different things through my process of learning. Back in 2024, I started with 1,000 followers, and it felt like I was never going to get out. I felt like I was perma shadow banned. I felt like I needed to make multiple different accounts and warm those up to actually be seen. But lo and behold, the same account I've had all this time started to pop back in 2024 because I started to understand what it really took. When it comes to personal branding as an artist, there's so many different factors that we have to take into account. It's something I like to call the maker magnetism. So that is the momentum, the avatar, the knowledge, and the excitement, and the relatability. So maker as an acronym, maker's magnetism, trying to figure out and reverse engineer what the person that is doing what you want to do did to get there. So the person that has 1 million, 2 million followers, what did it take for them to get there? And when did it happen? Was it 3 months ago? Was it 10 years ago? Try to look back into their content and figure out what is missing from your content and their content. Obviously, that's a really stark difference especially if you had 1,000 followers just like me. But finding the person that has 10,000 followers right now, or the person that has 40,000 followers, and finding out when they popped and what it took for them. What did the audience need from them in order to want to buy in? What made them want to tag along and enjoy their journey? So the beauty of it is that you don't have to be the professional. You don't have to be the expert. Along with that momentum, for me, it looked like buying my first printer on my first print drop. I took the sales from my paintings and bought a $1,200 printer, and people started to take note. And they were like, wow, he's really going all in. Maybe I should, buy into that. Maybe I should trust his process because he's posting every day. At least he's posted for 4 months straight. And then after that, once I did the print drop, all of that, I got my first studio. And yeah, maybe it wasn't the best financial decision at the time, but I knew for a fact that momentum was going to carry with energy and people were going to notice because I can use this as a set as I am right now for this video. It's something that really goes unspoken. There's a lot of these energy momentum moves that you can make. It could look like making your first newsletter. It could look like building a website. The A in maker stands for avatar. So what type of person are you really trying to attract? So the Ferrero Rocher chocolate guy, he had this avatar in mind named Valeria. I heard this on a podcast, but essentially he said his world wouldn't be happy unless Valeria was happy. And that wasn't his wife's name or anything, but it was the person that he kept in mind. It was like a mid 30-year-old woman named Valeria. As long as she liked the chocolate and the product, everything else went smooth. So like this I don't even know how $10 billion company, I don't know how big the company is, but it's huge. One person, one avatar that they made based on that chocolate. So for your brand, come up with a person, maybe even give them a name too. Figure out what type of people you're really trying to attract. If you're in your 40s, try to attract people that are similar in age to you. Don't try to keep your avatar at like 18 to 25 because you're just not going to understand their jokes. You're not going to get along with them as much as you would someone your age. So try to attract the people that are most like you. And those are the people who are going to grow that foundation of your following, that first 100 fans. They're going to be able to build your brand faster than if you just went for everyone. So understanding a clear avatar is huge. Picking an avatar for your ideal viewer is so important, but sometimes in the art world, a lot of people get it misconstrued. They think they can just hashtag art collector and hope to God that someone goes to their page and buys their work. But it's not the way that works. Obviously, more artists than other people will find your stuff because you're an artist. And if you're posting work, artists like other people's work and they want to be a part of a community. They want to feel like they're connected on social media. Just because you try to outcast other artists from your page doesn't mean they're actually going to just completely dissipate altogether and you actually want them. They're going to be able to grow that foundation of your first 100 fans. These other mutuals are going to be people who cheer for you the most and are going to repost your work. So cherish them and nurture that audience as good as you can. Stop trying to push them away just because they're not necessarily going to buy your art. If you're a beginner and you try to be seen as an authority too early, your content might just not be seen, or you might just get called out on not knowing anything because you just started, which is fine. But you definitely want to play into what you are best at so that you can learn together with your audience, or you can teach them along the way based on what you know. For me, I started off, not really knowing much. And as time's gone on, I've learned how to market myself online, and I've learned how to market others as well. So that's why I built a coaching business on top of what I've built as an artist here online. And I teach other people to do the same as what I'm doing right now. E in Maker stands for excitement. You need to be excited about what you're doing, because if you just are bitter that you're not getting the views that you want, or if you're not selling enough paintings or whatever it is, people don't seem to care, then they just won't care. You need to be excited about what you're doing without anybody around, because that's what's going to attract people magnetically to your page, to your work, and so forth. I swear, beforehand, I didn't have much excitement behind my work because I felt insecure that no one cared, and they didn't. But I was already feeling insecure before anyone even had a chance to care. So be excited for what you're doing. There's so many examples of big personal brands that have blown up purely off of excitement alone. For right now, I know this could date in the future, but Giuliano Romano, he is that life insurance guy. He's excited beyond belief. Is he selling a ton of life insurance? I don't know. But whatever it is, he's grown 500,000 followers in the last literal month just purely off of excitement and being energetically cool, Crust by Carson's another example of that. He was doing running videos where he was running through Manhattan. He wasn't a great runner. All he was doing was posting sourdough bread on his page beforehand. And out of nowhere, he just went from 0 to like 400K just by being excited about running and being excited about life. The last leg is R for relatability. You need to be relatable to your audience, because that's how you're going to build relationships with people around you. You can't just be this mysterious artist anymore that everyone wants to be. They can't have these black and white photos and expect people to care. You need to be relatable. You need to share your opinions, your biases. You need to talk on camera like I am right now. I know it might seem a little uncomfortable, and it might feel like you don't want to be seen like this. You don't want to be perceived. But I promise you, if you want your work to shine and you want things to start moving in your life, you need to show yourself a bit more. I thought for a fact I was showing myself too much back in 2022, 2023, but I wasn't showing myself at all. I really wasn't showing myself at all. So that's what going back and reverse engineering how much people are really showing themselves on their page, because you'll be surprised. It feels like a very minuscule amount when you see one video at a time. But if you go on someone's page and really dissect what it looks like day to day, people are on camera way more than you think. They're on camera on their stories, on their channels, on their posts, whatever it is, they're posting so much. And not to overwhelm you, but take your time and understand what it's going to take for you to get there. That's really the limiting factor. What's the time horizon that's going to take you from the person that you are to the person that you want to be? It's so often that we start making pieces for the algorithm, but once you start getting comfortable on camera, talking heads, you can be in the studio without making new pieces and being interesting each and every time. And the pieces can be slower coming out and way more methodical, and you will be way happier that way, because you'll be able to share something that's not just your work, your art, whatever it is. You don't have to keep making for the algorithm. You can post thoughts, opinions, funny stories. You can really get comfortable once you get good at it, and you don't have to be so stressed out about, oh no, I haven't made a painting this week. Oh no, I have to reshare the same painting. No, you just have to share your thoughts, your inner dialogue, your problems, your battles that you're having in your mind in the studio. All these things will start to cultivate into a bigger and bigger community, and before you know it, you'll start to grow this momentum with yourself. And before you know it, you'll start to have this confidence within yourself, because now you're actually starting to move the needle. You're starting to feel this momentum building underneath you. The energy that you're bringing into your content will start to evolve, and you will be super, super happy. Either way, that's pretty much my bit for the day. Maker magnetism is what I like to call that. It's maker magnetism, it's momentum, it's avatar, it's your knowledge, it's the excitement, and it's the relatability behind everything that you do online. All that together, packaged up, you will start to see some big improvement in your personal brand. And if you want to work one-on-one with me, I'll leave my Instagram in the bio so you can just shoot me a DM and we'll talk from there. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and see you in the next one.